Oh.
Joining us on the phone right now. I know you were singing her song right there.
I was so excited.
In fact, I was singing Just a Girl the other day, and my son looked at me and he's like, Papa, you're not a girl. And I'm like, first of all, it's one of the greatest songs of our generation, Casey. You calm down. But she has a new residency called Just a Girl in Las Vegas. Gwen Stefani's on the show right now. Hello, Gwen.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good morning.
Good
morning.
Awesome. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm good. I'm excited. I love being on the radio, so I feel honored.
Well, you can join us again.
I love talking about myself. Two good things.
And this is something awesome because you finally get to do concerts and actually chill and not have to travel to another city. You get to stay in Las Vegas for a while.
It's a pretty awesome deal at this point in my life when I have the 3 boys to be able to pop in and out. Like, go, okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to do a show.
Do you helicopter in and out like Barry Manilow did?
She jets, Kelly.
I jet in and out. It's pretty glamorous. It's so Vegas-y, and weirdly, I feel like it's interesting because you think of Vegas and you think of all these like classic. You can picture the olden days, right? And I feel like my show is in a theater, and it's different from like the regular shows that I do because of that. It's smaller. Everyone's right there, and there's a lot of like talking and banter, and like you can't help it. I mean, they're right. You have to say something to them, and so I feel like that makes it really Vegas-y, like in the old-fashioned kind of way. But I love doing it. It's something that I flirted with for a while. Like they had asked me to do if I wanted to do it, and I was kind of scared. I was like, I don't know if I want to commit to that. Like I knew what it was going to be. It's a marathon, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you get up there and you have to give your whole heart, and then part of your body is gone afterward. It's like, whoa, like what just happened to me? Because it's my songs. It's my life on stage, and it's sharing that with the people that listened all these years. And it's a big night out. They flew in. It's quite nostalgic. So probably by the end, who knows what will be left. But I am loving it and enjoying it. And also, another reason why I wanted to call you guys was I $1 of every ticket that's sold goes to Cure for Kids, which is this organization that doesn't turn away sick children. They have cancer, whatever illness they have, and so I get to be part of that, and I actually made enough money that they're expanding and making these exam rooms for the children that I get to design part of it and be part of this whole thing. And
Awesome.
That is awesome.
Pretty awesome.
I mean, pretty good to be able to it's like I get to go up there and do my thing, and then everybody gets to be part of, like, helping these kids, so it's pretty rad.
How did they catch your eye? Because I know a lot of foundations and charities probably come at you, and you, I'm sure, want to help all of them, but it's tough. What caught your eye with them?
Well, we talked about it, and obviously at this point, after all the blessings, you can't really do anything without wanting to have some part to help. It just makes no sense not to. And so we talked about what we would do, and I always go to the children's charities. It's just where my heartstrings, it's like, to me, that is just like, what? Like, how does that, it just seems so unfair to have sick kids, and so they came, we looked around, we wanted to do something local that was in Vegas because they're having me, you know what I'm saying? So that was the charity. It worked out, and it's cool. I got to meet some of the kids through different times for the shows, and the parents, which is like, how do you be strong enough? You have no choice, but it's like, it's incredible when they're well enough to actually come out and I get to meet them. That is it. It's very inspiring, and they're very inspiring. So.
Do you ever use that when your kids get in trouble and you want to be like, look, you guys are being bad right now. Look at these kids that are dealing with all this stuff right now. Do you ever do that?
There's moments. I can remember we did this show, and I had my kids with me. I don't know, you might remember this story because it kind of went viral, but I had looked down, and I saw this kid in the audience that had a sign. And there was hundreds of signs, you know what I mean? It's like thousands of people there. And I looked down, and this little boy, he looked like he was about 10, but he was like 13, and his mom had stood in line and waited since 6 in the morning to bring him to the show because the sign basically said, I've been bullied at school my whole life, and the only reason why I'm alive is because of your music, basically. And I was like, I brought him on stage, I'm thinking, why do you even listen to my music? Like, you're so little and young, and like, it blew my mind. Anyways, my kids were there, so I was like, you're coming backstage with me. I'm going to show my kids what kind of kid you are. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, sure.
Lesson and let their empathy, like, come out. And anyways, we were on the bus afterward, and we were all crying because the story was just like so intense, this little boy. And so, yeah, the kids, you always try to use your life to try to, like, help them to understand what's to come, you know? It's really hard to have children, really hard.
When you were writing these songs that are now classics 20 years ago, did you ever think that kids that are 10, 11, 12, 13 years old now in 2019 would be singing your music? Does that just blow you away, Gwen?
All of it blows me away. I didn't even know I could write a song, like, let alone write music. But even, especially if you think about the music, it's not like, it's such quirky, weird, coming out of nowhere music. Like, I don't know. I mean, it is very bizarre. I don't understand. I feel like, you know, at this point, I just, like, am so grateful to have, like, a talent, like a gift to be able to write. That, to me, is the songwriting for me is the one thing that really still sparks my fire. You know what I mean? Like, I went in last week to write some music just because that's the one thing that I get excited about. Like, I love being on stage, and I love being on stage when I'm on stage, but everything before that, I'm kind of, like, dreading it because it's so, oh, my gosh, it's like going to the gym. Like, once you're in there, you're like, ooh, okay, you know what I mean? Like, you get into it. Like, and then you see the people that actually supported you and loved you, and that makes everything feel real, and it's quite, like, it's very, how do I say it? It's just very emotional. So that is draining for me, but writing songs is like, I don't know, it's a different kind of, it fulfills you in a different kind of way, and I love doing it. So.
Well, Gwen, how often do you and my homie Blake write together?
Not a lot. He doesn't like, this is the thing, he is one of the most talented, like, humble human beings I've ever come across. Like, he's a unicorn. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go around, walking around with him, and you're like, it's a different level of love that people have for him because he's just so him, you know? And he can, like, sit there and play any song any song from back in the day that he ever heard. Like, he knows all the words. They're all in it. He's like a jukebox. And he just, I don't know, I guess he started out as a songwriter, like, as a job. Like, he worked and he went in there, and every day he would write songs. So he kind of did that, and now he doesn't like doing anymore. But we have written 3 songs together. Wait, 2 songs together.
2 songs together.
Gwen, I'm so curious, going out to the country with him, have you picked up any ranch hand skills?
Well, not necessarily, but you would be shocked that I did plant a tulip and daffodil garden a couple weeks ago.
Look at you.
A little late.
Okay.
They're going to come up. But no, I like gardening, and, you know, I think that going to Oklahoma is one of those things that I just didn't know I was missing out on. And because we grew up here in L.A., and our nature was going to, like, Huntington Beach. You know what I mean? That was like, and it was just beautiful, but it's just so different to be able to, like, go for a jog in the middle of acres of land, and it's very biblical. Like, God is all around, and you know, you see, like, a herd of wildebeest running by, and you're like, where am I right now? Thank you.
Please tell Blake that Big Al said hello. I'm sure he talks about me all the time.
Of course. But look, we would love to be selfish and keep you on the phone all day long, Gwen, because you're seriously one of the coolest people to talk to. But check her out, Just a Girl, her Las Vegas residency in full effect. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com/Gwen. And check out Cure for the Kids Foundation, because that's what ticket sales are going towards that. And Gwen, I'd kick myself if I didn't tell you to check out our kids charity, kidskids.org, if you want.
Please do.
To take a look at what we do with children as well.
Thank you so much. Good job, guys.
Thanks, Gwen.
Call us back tomorrow.
Bye, Gwen.
Okay, come to my show. Bye.
Definitely will.